Hey guys, I'm Leon. I'm a German guy who's living and studying in New Zealand, and on this channel I want to share my experiences with you. Today's video is, as you might have guessed from the title, all about driving in New Zealand. I was out of beer and fizzy drinks last Saturday night, so I asked my friend Patrick, who has a car, to give me a ride. But he didn't want to interrupt his Netflix session, so he gave me his keys and said, drive yourself. So after 4 months of being here in New Zealand, I actually drove myself for the first time, which is why I got this idea to make this video. Because driving here in New Zealand as a German is quite an adventure. I really felt like I was 18 again and driving around by myself for the first time. There are several things here that make driving quite different in comparison to what I was used to. First up, we got of course the wrong side of the road, but it actually didn't bother me that much. After 4 months of being on the passenger side, I got pretty much used to driving on the wrong side. What I didn't expect was, because you're not also driving on the wrong side, but all your stuff inside of the car is of course on the wrong side as well. So like having your indicators and your wipes basically switched places really confused me for a second there. What threw me really off though was driving an automatic car. Like most Germans, I learned driving manually, so driving an automatic for the first time was really confusing, especially suddenly only having 2 pedals down there. First up, I actually even wasn't able to start the car because I put it in like reverse right away, because I didn't know that you need to have it in park to even be able to turn the keys. And then driving without a clutch, I think that is what you call the third pedal. My automotive vocabulary isn't that great. That really took me a minute to figure it out. Like I used both feet first, like having one foot on the brake and one on the gas, and I always instinctively pressed the brake when I wanted to start driving, which obviously didn't have the desired effect. But after figuring out that you actually only need one foot to drive automatic, it was all good and I was ready to go. Now I might be biased here because I was always driving manually, but I really prefer manual above automatic. You just feel like you have more control over the car and you actually have to do something. I feel like driving an automatic car might get quite boring after a while, but that's just how I feel it. Anyways, those were like the 2 major, big, obvious differences between driving in Germany and New Zealand, but there are also a couple more subtle ones. One of them is you gotta be more careful here sometimes while driving, because sometimes there are like little stones on the road, or the road is just gravel altogether, and you really gotta drive slowly because there are like stones flying everywhere, especially if you got a person driving in front of you. Another thing is, in cities they really like their speed bumps. They are literally everywhere, especially on supermarket parking lots, which is of course understandable for safety reasons, but it's still quite annoying. They're also quite creative here with traffic laws. I don't know, maybe they get it taught differently here, but I always thought, like, if you have a road and you've got 2 traffic lanes, one going that way, one the other way, and a person wants to take a turn right, and then of course has to wait here because of the approaching cars from the other side, all the cars behind him have to wait as well. That doesn't seem to be the case here. If you can somehow squeeze by him, they will squeeze by. The last thing I noticed, which I actually found quite useful, is they use their indicator when they are inside of a roundabout to indicate when they do not want to leave it. Like they indicate to the right when they want to stay inside. This is pretty neat, I think, because usually you have to like guess while you are waiting when you want to get inside of the roundabout if the person wants to leave it or wants to stay inside, especially because people tend to forget to indicate if they want to leave the roundabout. So this pretty much wraps up my whole New Zealand driving experience thus far. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!